And we are back. So, we left off in Silent Hill, so now we'll have a bit more of an adventure through here. So, this is Anthony's house, the infamous time bomb house. Some mischievous things going on here. He successfully built a time bomb and threatened to use it, but it wasn't really that much of a threat, so it's kind of a failure. Lockwood Lake. This is some prime piece of real estate that was never used. There was a house built here by me long time ago, and I mean literally. So yeah. So Lockwood Lake, and if you didn't notice already, there was something in here somewhere. Oh yeah, what was this? A dead end. I can't remember. I think it might just be a meme. Yeah. So there's that we need to get out of. God. There we were. Okay. Right, so here is the asylum, also known as where the crazies go. There used to be a armour stand here with Sir Goodwin there. Now this has fallen victim to, as you know, which has been discussed earlier, a bombing, which pretty much leveled the, well, it didn't level the whole place, but it changed everything. So everything you see in here right now was nothing like it was before. It's kind of a weird asylum, to tell you the truth. Won't spend too long in here. So a lot of these rooms just somehow stayed the same, I'm pretty sure. Because I revamped it, I helped him redo it. And I don't make wool couches, so a lot of it stayed intact. Just put it that way. Here's like the crazy storage room in there. What do we have up here? And this is his office. So we'll just get out the easy way. Okay. So that was the asylum, and no, we are not going to go over there quite yet. That's actually probably a long ways away yet, but anyway. It's another one of the ranch houses, just here. It was never really used properly. Nothing in these chests. This house has like barely been touched in years at this point. I'll explain that. We'll come back to this. This is Bailey's house. This is years and years old. I'm surprised it was never touched after all the shit that went on. Just somehow stands to this day. But anyway, I guess I'm not supposed to understand everything. Here's the Starlight Drive-In. Yeah, it's a Fallout reference. It's supposed to be a drive-in theatre like the old days. Reception. Yeah, there's your projector. Oh, and this is I don't know if we've come across this yet, but these trapdoors. There was a update that on beta that fucked all the trapdoors, and obviously we hadn't come back, and that was like a year ago, if not longer now. So yeah, that just goes to show that we don't revisit a lot of places. It's pretty crazy actually. I think just like the real Starlight. Yeah, there's a little thing you can go up to the top here. We'll go here. We'll go there next, but go... Actually, no, we'll check this house out first, real quick. So this is another ranch house that's probably never been touched since it was built. As far as I'm aware. Could be a surprise for me, but no. Yeah, it doesn't even have windows, so there you go. Here is the national, or what we call it, the federal prison, where if you're on death row, you get taken here. It's the gallows, pretty much. So this is the old style. We had like a bit of a real gallows here, but there's no way that actually works. But there is a way the actual gallows work. Oh yes, this one was never completed, but the other side is. So this is like your final meal room, and then there should be some cells here. But in the other one, which I'll go to right now, yeah, as you can see, there's the trapdoors again. Yeah, this is where you go. You spend your final moments. So if we go down here, there's your final meal room. There's a few. There's many cells here. The most vicious criminals. Here's the electric chair, and pretty much, yeah, there you go. There's a reference to Green Mile, the burnt sponge. Put the wet sponge on the head. And pretty much what you do is you press this button. Lightning comes down and electrocutes the body until death, as they used to say. So, yeah. And it was how people were executed. We put them on survival, and they spend their last moments in a minecart sitting in there, and then all of a sudden, bzz, they're dead, and they're banned, as it were. So, yeah. Alright, now we go to probably one of my favourite places in the entire world, is the museum. Don't mind that. This is where we commemorate everything that ever happened. The good, the bad, the ugly. I won't explain. I'll just let you have a look at the signs. So yeah, I don't know why I just kind of stopped talking, but I'm reading it myself. So there's some food for thought right there. Yeah, so... And this is where you can actually see the real dates. So that's what makes this really interesting. Okay, I always forget the name of this place. Is it here? Yep, here. Now this place was a Boy Scout camp, if I'm right. And it has some dark backstory to it. Oops. Yeah, so forgive me. I don't know what I'm doing because I haven't been through here in a long time. Like I say, you know, there's only so many places you go and you can remember. And my brain's about all used up, so we'll just have a quick look. Now, under one of these buildings somewhere is like dead like bodies of children and shit, where there's one guy called, pretty sure it was William Shatner. It might have been someone else, but he's an infamous serial killer. That's not actually so infamous because he was never caught. So, but I'm pretty sure he lurked on innocent children here. Oh, well here it is. It's already been broken. We'll read this real quick. Maybe it wasn't him actually. Yeah, I read that. Me and Beth. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one, but yeah, a lot of these buildings are just the same, just abandoned Boy Scout buildings. Yeah. So behind here, if I'm not mistaken, was something was put in here. Am I tripping? Please tell me I'm... Ah, yeah. So this is where... I think there's a dead end. Ah, yeah. It's just a skeleton. Yeah, we always tried to make the world feel lived in. Like there's a lot of backstories. You know, there's only so much you can do over the years, but we tried with a lot of things. So yeah, that's another state we'll get to way at the end of the video. This is someone's house. Can't remember his name. It was very short-lived. Didn't stay in the world too long. Now before, actually no, we'll do these last two buildings and then we'll go back up the road and I'll show you what that was. Here's the toy factory, the infamous toy factory, which well, it wasn't, you know, the name sounds pretty innocent, but then you see this, that leads to Fort Dixie, and people had, you know, suspicions are very high at the time when that rail was built, and instantly no one could trust the toy factory. And it instantly became a place of doubt and question. Its innocence came into question very quickly. So, if we go down here, here is the actually the only proper mine that is pretty much was built at this point 3 years ago, if not longer, and I'd say we've only been back here like 3 times since it was ever built. I know, right? It was built because the world was going to go on survival, and we needed a mine ready, but never came to be. But it is pretty cool. I mean, Bailey did a good job. I'll put it that way. Here's the dam, or the former nuclear testing grounds that no one in the public actually knows about, but we couldn't be bothered filling the rest in. It was a dam before, and then we turned into that. Now it's turned back. The world works in funny ways. We will go the other way. So here is the TNT factory. The name's pretty self-explanatory. This is one of the Acto factories that had everyone's knickers in a twist. Pretty much it was a creeper farm. Don't know if it's still operational. Yep, still operational. There you go. If we go down here, yep, there you go. Let's see if it still works. I'll give it 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Probably not. I don't know. I think you have to wait for the creepers to die, or at least you attack them and kill them. I can't remember how you're supposed to do it. Never really cared. It was his factory. This is the lighting system, if I'm not mistaken. So at least redstone still works. It's kind of a hit or miss. Every update, you don't know if it's going to work. This is a fast travel point to... We're not even going to try because I don't want to get lost. So, but it is to a place that it isn't secluded. I just remember that it's just a normal place, but it's the fast travel. We come around here. There's some shipping containers. Probably got TNT in them. Yep. Why am I not surprised? Well, is there still stuff under here? No. I remember when he built it, he put shit under there, but I don't think he's got anything there. No. Okay. Right, let's go back. Back. To the sewer grate in the road. Actually, what is this? Hold on. Gotta go down here. I think these are actual just mines. Nothing special. Could easily hide shit in here though. I think something was hidden in here, but I think it was destroyed. Anyway, yes, the sewer grate. If we go down here, it's already open. Go down in here. This is the sewers. Welcome to the sewers. It might look like, oh, why the hell would you bother doing something like this? Well, you will see. Remember there was a place called Acadia that was mentioned? Well, here it is. The slums of the world, where the poorest of the poor reside. Some people even resorted to living out here. And they're all very illiterate, in case you didn't realise. Yeah, there's feral people behind there. Some say that the apocalypse even started here, but there's no proof of it. If we go back up to here, I remember building this. We're like, oh, this is so cool. So these are all like little shops for the poor people. They got a water shop. I wouldn't drink that. Tents. Random stuff. What do we have here? Seth. Just random crap. The all-seeing eye. Some kind of barricade. Hay shop or some BS. Oh, there's a story to this, I think. Was there? Oh. He went crazy anyway. But here's the real Acadia. Down here. And as you can tell, the blue campfire update just came out when we started building in here. So it's a lot of blue lights, kind of separates itself. Gives it more character than the other places. So potato spud shomp. What is this? Not all of them are shops, though. And yes, there's only one tree in this whole place. That's their only source of vitamin D, is that tiny hole in the roof. So as you can tell, they make do with what they've got in here, that's for sure. Are these named? I could have swore they were named. I think because I turned HUD off, you can't see it. The feral people behind there. A lot of these are just apartment buildings and stuff. I think this is my brother's. Yeah, they gave him a house, even though they hate him. Doesn't really make any sense. But anyway, here's the Sheriff King's office. This is where all the drunkards and whoever go here. The cells. What the hell is this? Some kind of shop. I think this is Cranhall's Shack. Plebson's fence, just a fence. More apartments. There used to be bats and shit flying in here. But it was like a reference to the Corona and shit, and how it started was in this town. Just more places. I think that was mine, or I claimed it. I can't remember. Yeah, I think we've been in there. I'm scared opening these chests. Blacksmith by the looks of it. What is this? That was never filled in. I think that's the only building that was never filled in. Carl Dempsey's cotton. This is the abandoned Dempsey child. They flushed down the drain and he ended up down here. That's a ref that I'm not allowed to explain on YouTube. But this is a church. It's actually pretty cool. I like churches. Here's their museum. It's about their leader. I'll just let you read it. So that's Llewellyn Warwick. Yeah. Here's a reproduction of his house. Ah, is it his house? Can't remember. Yeah, Lexington. We can go in here too. Yeah, it's fake if you didn't know. So yeah. You'd think that would make people want to leave, but you know. I think the only... Oh, that's building number 2 that's not filled in. Oh yeah, we've got the plant shop. They sell plants. And the last place is the train tracks. Steampunk kind of train. It's pretty cool. There was some secret I can't really remember. We did something. Too long ago. Not going to waste your time. So let's get out of here. So that's the sewer. Coming out here. Yep. And that's the second option of how you get in there. Right. That place looks interesting. We are not going there quite yet. We have a whole other city to go to first. This is the Octavian Sea, by the way. Actually, there's a town. Oh, there's a lot of shit to show. So now we're heading into the state of Reno. So we were just in Sandy Cape. So now we are heading to Reno. So this all here is the national park. This goes for a long, long, long way. all out here is in the national park, all the way up until the Great South or Canary, Port Canary. So this town here, I know it's not really worthy of being called a town, but it's a town. It's called Badmarsh. It's pretty much just a Fallout New Vegas reference. I tried to make it Fallout New Vegas-esque. The old saloon. Here's the US Army, United Chapati Army's fucking reunion place. There's a bit of a backstory to that. Shitty Bill's house. Not Shitty Bill. And here is Dempsey's residence. So this is Rebel's house. It looks kind of strange, but when you come up here, you know he means business. And you realise he's got a opening shot right to the US's base, and you know he's a Confederate, so you don't take too kindly to their kind, if you will. So this was built here when tensions were kind of high between Sandy Cape and Empire Bay. Does this still work? Well, maybe the game's been really slow, or... Yep, it was. So that's a roadblock. And you might think, well, that's kind of weird having roadblocks in a united country. Well, you've got to understand that all that kind of stuff was built while that shit was going down. So here's some of the first street lights in the world, if I'm not mistaken. There was always supposed to be a sheriff's office here, but it's never been built. And here's a courier. There's kind of a chain of mail, and it's kind of empty, but you'll see why it's empty. It's just a front. But before we go into Empire Bay, we probably should go in the national park. Now, the national park is one of my favourite places in the world. Oh shit. Oh, you there, Liam?
Yeah.
Did you get disconnected?
No, but you cut out on my side. I could hear you talk, and then all of a sudden you went real quiet, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. I'll just join back.
It's probably gonna be frequent, so fuck, I wouldn't doubt.
Oh, we got like 30 minutes done. I'd have to assume something like that. What did I get up to in the national park?
Just been building a fucking pig farm this whole time.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Pig farm.
Alright. I'm back. Alright, I'm gonna...
Do you want to keep going, or do I mute my mic?
Oh, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as I was saying, before I accidentally disconnected, this is the national park. This is like supposed to be like a total drama island, what's up campers lodge kind of thing where campers go to. I suppose I'd never ever told anyone that, but that was kind of my inspiration for it. Here's another one of the grave sites. Go over here. Actually, this is one of the grave sites where like actual players are buried. It's kind of weird that it's out here, but I don't know, it gives this place more meaning, which I like. It's like a little campsite here. We go back over here. A man by the name of Briar lives here. He's a through and through Confederate. He's even got a little bridge to the pub. Sounds like Briar. Now anything past this fence here, this is Empire Bay. But they don't own this though. So here is a radio tower. For obviously communications. The Marshall gang used to reside out here. They left some of their supplies out here. Never came back for them. Infamous gang. This is where Bigfoot resides. Yes, I'm not joking. If we have a look at his book. Stupid humans, puny, weak humans. Us Sasquatches will have our day. So there you go. And he's took a femur, Wayne Bundy's burnt skull, crude club. Human kidney? Question mark. I don't know. Who knows? No one will ever know. So there's another bridge here. Siren Head reference, or it is Siren Head, one of the two. There was actually another one, but I think we got rid of that. Well, actually, we already would have looked earlier in the video, so I've got a bad memory. This is I guess you'd call this the Park Ranger Tower, and there's a sinister story behind this. I'll just let you read it. Who knows? You had a pretty good view though, I will admit. Okay, here's what do we call this? Wolf Creek, even though it's a lake, but that's a reference, in case you didn't know. No, don't worry about that road quite yet. Now, things are going to get a bit sloppy from out here because I don't have a good memory of a lot of things out here. But one thing I will say is a lot of people are buried out here, and if we follow this blood trail, damn, I think it's around here somewhere. There's a little base. And this is the old border, by the way. But, oh shit, what is this? Just found something new. Okay. It's very easy to get lost out here, by the way. Oh, this thing. There was a little treasure hunt we did. Well, not a treasure hunt, but this. I don't even really know what you call it. This wild goose chase we went on one day, and yeah. Here's a cross. Yep. I mean, I've forgotten a lot of things. But I've got to show you William Shatner's base. somehow. If I can find it. Alright. What is this over here? Yeah, that was part of the goose chase. There's another portal. So if I remember correctly, his base was along the river. Oh, here he is, he's helping me out. Okay, so he's gonna... This is the owner of the world, by the way, my brother, the one I keep referring to. That you heard earlier in the video. He's gonna show me William Shatner's base, so let's follow him. It's right here. Ah! Okay, very easy to miss. Okay, thank you. So, we go down here. You'll see the putrid acts of William Shatner. Yeah, he's kind of like sadistic serial killer, cannibal, if I'm not mistaken. Let's read his confessions, pretty much. Yep, that's his confession. Strange things are happening. But as to if he's the sole reason why people disappear in this forest, no one really knows. No one really knows. Okay, so let's head back to civilization and continue on. So we are now heading into Empire Bay. Now this is one of the older cities, which is, well, you'll see. It's very Italian mob inspired, and this was all built by Elliot. A lot of the stuff, not all of it, most of it. And so you get to see different building styles showcased, really. I mean, park here. What is this? Another restaurant? Bella Ciao Diner. Now you can probably hear the calls of the wild men in the national park, also known as the natives, which actually I'll show you a hideout they created in Empire Bay shortly. It's a mob reference. There's always an office with a fat piece of shit sitting there. Or that's what these offices are built for. This is a hot dog stand. You know, we're actually to shop. Here's a house. I built that. Another house. They're all pretty grand here, but they're really weirdly shaped. That was my gripe with this place, is that it was all uneven, the ground. But you know, it's not mine. So we'll go into this house really quick, so you can see. Pretty boring. There's a trap here that's been triggered multiple times. My house has nothing to go up at either. So now if we go into this building here, this is a clothes shop. Actually no. What is this? I don't think it was ever finished. No. Cool building design though, I'll have to give it to him, but that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to give him that much. Oh no, this is it here. Is it dipped in? I don't know. It's jewellery. There's sale on. Changing rooms, men's and women's. The standard. Okay. Now this building It might look very grand, cool, but it's supposed to be apartment and it's never been finished. The Mets is the only cinema in the... Actually, well, there's a drive-in cinema. This is a stereotypical cinema, and hopefully you understand that reference. It's actually a very wholesome one too. So that was the Mets. He's there he is hiding. Here's well, what did he even call this? I don't know. Just a what was it? The Union docking yard where trucks and stuff come from miles, and I don't know, it's just the Union. It's pretty grand despite there's nothing in here. I think that's one of Elliot's biggest downfalls. He kind of got sick of doing things. I mean, he went all out in a lot of things that didn't need it, so he got burnt out very easily. So yeah, this truck wasn't built till not that long ago. What does this sign say? Hoffer's words right there. We will go that way, like this tunnel way soon, because there's something I'm going to show you over there. But for now, we will finish this city. Here's one of the most infamous buildings, the Empire Bay Casino. Some say it's a rip-off of the Sandy Cape Casino. Some say it stole the idea. I don't know how true those rumours are, but it used to be much taller, and it used to be it was blown up probably multiple times. We all helped build it though, to some extent over the years. This is the car park. Now this trapdoor, it's the nutty hideout. So they want their land back. I can't show that there. And they are coming up with ways to do it. And they're hiding in plain sight. Now if we go up this elevator here to the first floor, here's the gaming room, casino floor, where the actual gambling is held. The more expensive gambling here. Now, like I said before, you might think it's crazy that you can't gamble, but you technically can if you use your brain and a bit of redstone. Actually, as in a tutorial. It can be achieved, and I'll show you how. But here's the restaurant part. There's no short supply of restaurants in Empire Bay, that's for sure. So if we go up here, here's the... That's weird. It's supposed to be like a mall, but it was never really filled in properly, and here was the only working gambling machine left. How it works is you get a diamond. Find one. Get a diamond. Alright, so that'll activate, and it's even got a ringer. And if you land on 3 netherite, it'll give you 1 netherite. Then it is kind of random. Well, the chances are like 1 to 40 or something. But as you can tell, the world really can't handle advanced redstone things very well. Okay, so we're done, and we lost all that. I'll show you the guts of it. Hold on. Staff only, of course. Yeah, so thanks to the tutorial, we were able to build this. I'll just show you the actual scale of it. Doesn't actually look that tricky, but I don't know, it is. Okay, so if we, like I said, there's nothing really else on this floor, so we don't have to worry about this. Go up here. Actually, it's been a while since I've been up here. So actually, there's another gambling room up here. bar, some like grill bar, and the tanning room. It's kind of strange. Right, so here's a ECNR, a radio station, the only radio station in the world. But yeah, let's have a quick look in here. Yeah, there's the booth, the office. Pretty cool idea, honestly. You know, there's always a struggle to be the first, or to be the first to do something, and hats off to him. He did that. Also, I'll show you these houses real quickly. Nothing in here. Just so you know I'm not alone. I think this one's got stuff in it. Yeah. Yeah, this one too. As you can tell, this is one of Elliot's houses. Yeah. So, there's another house there. Now, if we go back out to here, here's a house I built. It's nothing really special either. Kind of a weird shape, but I modelled this after Sonny Liston's house. It's kind of creepy and weird, but that's what I did. This is a petrol station, Remaco, or a gas station. What is this? I think this is another restaurant. Yep, another restaurant, no name restaurant. That building's empty. Regency. We go in here. It's a theatre. It's not done yet, but it looks pretty cool. Very grand. If we go up to the second floor, you can see what he's going for there. Kind of an Abe Lincoln situation. I'm pretty sure that's it in here. Have a look at this stage. Okay. Alright. Here's the factory. I don't think they have anything in them. But this was also, I think, built for, you know, if the world was going to go into survival, we needed factories, supplies, so just that jump start when we actually turned over, you know what I mean? So, now, what is this? The Villa de Roma, another restaurant. I know, this is a buffet restaurant. This book here, this will come in handy later. But, yeah. Here's the Empire Bay Military Police Department, funded by the AMC and ran by the AMC, a multinational conglomerate power that eventually took over the world and turned it into a fascist dictatorship, which it was always destined to turn into. Looks more like an army base, but it's only police, so you could only imagine. So now if we go up here, here's the interrogation room. We have a holding cell, interrogation room. That's it there. Now, what was it? Oh yeah, we can turn the lights off as well. We open the door. So yeah, there's the door to that. Yep. So you can pretty much see everything in there anyway. I will turn that light back on. Now, as to, yeah, that door's closed as well. We open this. See the holding cells. Is there any? Can't remember. Oh yeah. This is where they put all the scum and villainy. Now on the third floor is the Emperor, the Admiral Chief, the AMC's office. I'll let you read this.